My name is Amy Beatty. I'm the Dean of the Library here at Southeastern. And that's my dog.
Buster, come here.
What made me want to attend college was mainly because my mom, for most of my life, told me I was going to college. There was no choice. My mom did not go to college, my dad didn't go to college, and my mom knew in order for me to have a better life, college was the way. So I actually went to high school in a very wealthy town. I personally was not wealthy. I would so guess labels into jeans that I got from Goodwill. Like, that was my life. And so there's a lot of pressure to make yourself sound better than you are, especially when you come from a poor home. Even if I wasn't going to go to college, I would have lied and said I was going to college because of the environment that I was surrounded in. Some of the big obstacles for me going to college was number one, financial. I did receive financial aid, and so that was helpful with living expenses. And then my church actually paid my tuition to go to college. And I've often told students I couldn't have done it without my church community. So finances were the big one. And the second one would be not understanding the process. My mom didn't really know how to navigate it with me. So I actually relied on friends and their parents to help me. So I can remember sitting at the table on the phone with my best friend Beth's mom, asking her, okay, now what's this form and what do I need to do? And so those were some major obstacles. So being a librarian now, I remember years ago when I went back to library school, I wanted to be a librarian because I wanted to make sure that students like me got the help that they needed and they did not feel embarrassed. My experience in libraries had always been the shame and guilt and embarrassment because the librarian was never nice and she was never approachable, and I was a loud child and I liked to pull books off the shelf, which is actually what they're for, and I always got in trouble. And so then my experience in college wasn't any different. I got in trouble and I felt super intimidated, and my first university job, I said, oh no, I will be approachable and I will smile and I will be loud and I will laugh, because students who are first generation college students are so intimidated by everything, and I know that we are the way that they get information. And so I wanted to be a librarian because I wanted to make sure that students like me got the help that they needed and they did not feel embarrassed. The ways that I've seen Southeastern support our first-gen students, I've seen firsthand my colleagues do things like mentor students, have coffee with students, provide transparency for students. I've seen my colleagues come alongside our students to the point of you would cry if I told you the number of times where we have rallied even together as faculty and helped a student that we've heard is struggling. So we also have an excellent student outreach and support staff and team, and they are quick to respond, and I love that they definitely try to make sure we don't have students falling through the cracks. So if you are a student that's on the fence about pursuing your academic dreams, I would encourage you. Your guidance counselors are going to be your best resource for that. Talk to other adults who have college degrees and ask them for advice. And I would encourage you too, once you apply for admission to Southeastern, you'll get an advisor, and that advisor will be your best friend. So they will walk you through the whole process, they will text you, they will call you and make sure you're doing well. And then once you get to college, I would suggest build a rapport with your faculty, make sure you've got a community of support, and even now I would encourage you, if you ask a question of your guidance counselor or if you need help with anything and the first answer you get is not the answer you're looking for, keep asking. Ask the next person. And if that's not the answer you're looking for, ask the next person. So don't ever be afraid to ask for help and to ask questions. My name is Amy, and I was a first-generation college student.